Two friends shared drinks as night settled in, and one asked what happens after people die. The swordsman shrugged, saying he had never died and preferred sharpening his blade, while his friend mentioned that some believe people are reborn, an idea found in many cultures' views of the afterlife. The swordsman wished for a quiet, ordinary next life, and his friend teased him about the pain he carried. They promised to hunt monsters together when the chaos ended. The swordsman waved off prayers, saying he trusted only his sword, leaving the swordsman alone with his cup and the weight of old memories. Far to the north, in the harsh, Ferdium territory of the Britannia kingdom, the swordsman had been born heir to a poor borderland that constantly fought off raiders. As a youth, he compared himself with other nobles, sank into resentment, and lashed out until his name became a joke. So he ran from home in disgrace. Years passed in mud and blood as a mercenary, and luck or stubbornness kept him alive. Skill replaced recklessness, fame followed, and homesickness grew. When he finally returned, the estate lay in ashes, and his family was gone. He threw away his noble name and hid, then swore to become stronger. He carved himself into a weapon, answering one calamity after another, until the world called him the King of Mercenaries and counted him among the 7 strongest alive. Yet the emptiness never left Dot. He chose a single purpose: revenge against the kingdom that now stood where his family once did. He revealed his true lineage and raised an army, declaring that Britannia's destruction was his only goal. His advance smashed defenses and drew loyal lieutenants and opportunists alike. But unknown powerhouses from outside the kingdom began to appear and block his path, and time no longer favored him. The war dragged on, coin ran thin, and mercenaries drifted away as the odds worsened, leaving his grand march fraying at the edges. Then the noble knight Aiden, also one of the 7 strongest, entered the war and tilted the balance. In the final clash, steel and bodies turned the field into ruin. The king of mercenaries fell to his knees, pierced and bleeding, while Aiden stood, battered but unbroken. Mocking him, Aiden hinted at secrets and finally admitted that they had joined with the Delphine Duchy to destroy Ferdium, and that he had come to clean up anything that might stain his name. Rage flared, but the mercenary's body would not obey. The blade fell, cold brushed his neck, and his head struck the ground as fury and regret burned into a last wish to be reborn and tear his enemies apart. He opened his eyes to a simple camp tent. No bonds held him, a sword leaned by the cot, and the vast sea of mana he once commanded was gone. Footsteps neared. He feigned sleep, then moved like a shadow and put steel to a soldier's throat, promising mercy for answers. The soldier only sighed and called him young master, asking him to stop playing around and return to the castle, and the familiar annoyance in that voice told the warrior that something impossible had happened. Somehow he had come back to a time before everything was lost.